This is a very nice chapter. It's like Uddhava is remembering Lord Krishna. So yeah, we have started discussing third canto, where Vidura, the discussion between Vidura and Maitreya, Parikshit Maharaj has asked, please narrate the discussion of Vidura and Maitreya Muni. So that time, in order to narrate that, he gave the past background of Vidura, how he was insulted by Dhritarashtra and Duryodhana and he left home. And then this Vidura, he traveled to various pilgrimage places and he came to know that in Kurukshetra, everyone, like all the Kauravas, they died and Yudhishthir was ruling. And he came to the place of near, he came to the place near Yamuna where Uddhava is residing. So he is asking Uddhara about how are everyone in Yadavas. So at this point of time, Vidura did not know the position that Yadavas are also left this world. So he is asking this situation. So now Uddhava, when he was asked, he started replying. So is this chapter especially the Uddhava, how he is remembering the Lord, how he recalls that all those things will be there, and that's a glorious position of Lord Krishna is also mentioned. Very nice shlokas. So, yeah. So Uddhava, when initially he was asked that Vidura, how is Krishna, how is everyone? So he was at that time, he was in complete, he was completely into absorption into Krishna in Prema. Right, Uddhava, as I mentioned, he was a very, very dear devotee of the Lord. He is like in Dwarkavasis, he is the best among all the devotees. And he looks similar to Krishna. And Krishna, he sent when he came from Vrindavan, he was in separation from all Vrindavan Vasis. And all the Vrindavan Vasis are also in separation from Krishna. So he was in Dwaraka and he was in Mathura. So he wanted to pacify all his devotees. So that time he called Uddhava and he sent him to Vrindavan. So there are many purposes for him to send Vrindavan. One purpose is to pacify all the Vrindavan Vasis. Other purpose is to extol the glories of Vrindavan Vasis to all the Dwaraka Vasis and others. Like Mathura and Dwarka, they are thinking that they are like the best devotees. But like Uddhava is considered among the best among all the Mathuravasis and Dwarkavasi, all the Yadavas. So, but when Uddhava, he saw the devotion of Brajavasis, Gopi, all the Gopis, he was astonished and he prayed that may I also get that much type of bhakti. So like that he prayed and he glorified the position of Vrindavan Vasis when he came back. So in this way, he was very intimate friend of Krishna and he was a brother of Krishna and therefore he sent him to Vrindavan to give his message to Gopis and all Vrindavan Vasis. So such a dear, and he almost looks like Krishna initially when Brajavasis saw who is this person, who is looking like Krishna, like that they thought. And Uddhava is also a disciple of Brahaspati. And therefore he is having all the knowledge. But Lord Krishna thought that he doesn't have the intense mood of Brajavasis, so which Brahaspati did not teach. Brahaspati, because he himself does not have that mood of worshipping Krishna. But Krishna thought that he will learn that in Vrindavan. So he sent Uddhava there. And also, like, he is many times when Krishna is in like in affairs, like state affairs, whenever he has some problem, he used to consult Uddhava. So Uddhava used to give solutions. So such a very, very great intelligent. And before leaving this world, Uddhava approached Krishna and asked for knowledge. So that time also, the Lord gave like Uddhav Gita, the entire like 11th canto is completely the Lord's teachings to Uddhava. So in this way, Uddhava's glories are mentioned throughout, like in the, especially in the 10th canto and 11th canto, and here also. So Uddhava is in a state of prema, like is completely in devotion to Krishna. So when he was like because Krishna at this point of time, the Yadavas and Krishna, they left this world. So that means they moved into another their eternal pastimes. So uh, he was absorbed in that Lord, and he was continuously remembering that Lord in his heart of in his heart. So when he was asked by all these questions by Vidura, he came from that external consciousness to this world. So that's how Uddhava he came, he was remembering. So in order to mention how great Uddhava is that Shukadeva Goswami is quoting one shloka where he was saying that Uddhava in his childhood onwards, he was worshipping Lord Krishna, and he used to make like statue of Krishna, like he has the doll of Krishna, statue of Krishna, and he used to offer prasadam. And when his mother called him to take breakfast, he was, because his worship is not complete, he did not come, and he used to continue to worship. So that means generally children, they are very much like fond of like they will be easily distracted, or they will be fond of eating. They don't like they don't have any focus. But Uddhava is such a, from his childhood onwards, he was completely absorbed in the Lord Krishna's vigraha or doll. So in this way, is like same thing is also mentioned about Vidura also. So like the persons who are like from childhood worshipping the Lord are glorified as great personalities. So Uddhava, even in old age also, his devotion did not slacken. So it always increased. But even though age is passing, but the Uddhava, he did not, is like the symptoms of old age are not there in Uddhava. So like because Dwarkavasis, they're all worshipping the Lord. So for them, the it's mentioned in one more shloka that they, even the most elderly inhabitants of the Dwarkavasis, they appeared very youthful, full of strength and vitality. So that means the old age symptoms are not there, although they grew in age. So that's the nature of Lord's devotee. So Uddhava, although he old in years, but he was still looking young, and his service attitude is like same devotion. He continued. So that is a fully, he was completely performing devotional service. And so when like Vidura, he asked these questions. So he was completely absorbed in Krishna's pastimes in his mind. And when Vidura asked questions, back to he came back to here. And after hearing about those questions, again he went back into remembering Krishna. So initially he was like fainting, and he came to to this world when he came to this external consciousness when Vidura asked questions. But again, those questions are related to Krishna. So again, he was remembered that, oh, now my Lord has left this world. So therefore, I am in separation from my master. So in that separation, in one muhurta means 48 minutes. So he was meditating on Lord's beauty. So completely remembering his lotus feet. In that way, he is completely submerged in that prema with ecstatic symptoms, and in that separation, when he is meditating on the Lord, so the Lord has appeared so in his heart. So therefore, he is experiencing lot of symptoms. His body, he was erupted in goosebumps are coming like pulaka utpanna nisarvango. This means when someone is experiencing prema, that prema is one will experience in heart, but that will also manifest externally in the body. So that is called as sattvika vicharas. All those sattvika vicharas, they are all appearing in Uddhava. So that his tears are flowing, and then his body hairs are standing, and the his body is experiencing pulaka, like goosebumps. So like that, his prema is like said to be reached the perfection of prema. So there are, even after prema also, there are more stages like sneha, which are like intensified symptoms. These are all described in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu and other literature, Ujjwalani Ramani. So all those symptoms Uddhava is exhibiting. So devotion is like a science. Like there is a scripture called Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, where Rupa Goswami presented all the devotional aspects in a kind of logically way. Although devotion cannot be understood by logic, because devotion is the experience of heart, but still Rupa Goswami has systematically presented all the elements of devotion, how one will, what are the practices needs to be done, how one will experience, what one should do, what one should not do, so that one will develop this love for the Lord. And after attaining these stages, what are all the symptoms that he will feel? All those things are also he mentioned. So Uddhava is in the stage of highest level of devotion, prema, and therefore he is experiencing all these sattvika vicharas. So in this way, he is like completely absorbed for 48 minutes on Muhurta, and slowly he was like completely absorbed in Lord's pastimes, in Lord's eternal Dhamma in Dwaraka. So like the Lord, when he is here in this world, those pastimes are called as prakata, which the people in this world can see. But when the Lord leaves this world, he performs the same pastimes in different universes, and also in his eternal dhamas like Mathura, Vrindavan, and Dwaraka. These are all called as eternal dhamas. They are not part of this world, Bhoma. Although they are situated in this world, they are transcendental to this world, and they in them the aprakat leela, which we are not able to see, those pastimes always continuously happens there. So therefore they are very exalted places. So there are many shlokas in other scriptures which say that even the whole universe gets dissolute, but these places won't get destroyed. So they are eternal places. So in this way, he is completely absorbed in the Lord in eternal Dwarka Dham. And slowly he came back from from those pastimes to speak to Vidura. So it's like he is absorbed in those pastimes, and like Lord, oh, you go and speak to Vidura, and like that Lord may indicate. So he came back to this world and started speaking to Vidura. So in that way, the Uddhava's position, exalted position, is described in 6 verses. Then Uddhava So now Vidura is asking about questions. How are the Lord? How are the Yadavas? So, but at this point of time, all the Yadavas and the Lord, they all left this world. They have finished. They are like Prakata Leela is over. So they are no more visible for ordinary people in this world. So, in order to convey this message, he did not directly convey that message. Means he gave philosophical understanding so that that message is like kind of digested. So like for like sometimes messages may be little bit heavy. So that time the first the some philosophical understanding how that heavy message can be digested is given. And that time the that message is given. So like that we have seen also like previously in the case of Pandavas also the Narada Muni also gave same that like Narada Muni has come, Vidura and Dhritarashtra has left without saying anything to Yudhishthir. Yudhishthir is lamenting, my uncles have left me. So that time Narada Muni has come and he gave first philosophical understanding and then gradually revealed the message. So like that, Uddhava first is giving the philosophical understanding how he is separated from Krishna. So in that way, he gives the understanding. So he says that Krishna Dumani Nimloche Girneshu Ajagarenaha Kimnu Nah Kushalam Bruyat Gata Shrisu Gruheshwam. It says that Krishna is Dumani, he is like a sun. So Krishna's sun has set in this world. So when Krishna's sun has set, what can I describe the condition of us who are his friends? Like our houses has been swallowed by the darkness of snake of lamentation. So that means he is giving the analogy that Krishna is like sun and now he has set, like he has disappeared. So this sun analogy we can understand that so sun when it is like set, it's not that sun is destroyed, like it is arising in some other place, right? So similarly, it's not that Krishna, he is like ordinary person. He has died and uh, he is now not there. He is like sun. So when he is disappearing from this world, he is appearing somewhere. So sun, when he is like currently when it is setting here, some other place it is rising. When it is currently in the middle of hours, it's some other place it is rising. So therefore, like sun, like different places will experience different phases of sun. Similarly, Lord's pastimes are eternal. So all his pastimes, they are happening somewhere in some universe. So currently, this sun has set here, but the same pastimes of the Lord are happening in some universe. The Lord is appearing in some particular universe. So in this way, the sun analogy and also like Lord's eternal pastime, they have so many pastimes, right? In different phases of time he performs. So all those places, all those pastimes are happening in some universe, some way. So therefore, they are called as eternal Leela, always happening. So that's why any pastime when we are hearing, so that pastime is also happening somewhere. So that's why they are also called as Nitya Leela. So he's saying that Krishna's son has said, therefore, when Krishna's son has like left, like we are all his devotees, we are plunged into separation from Krishna. Therefore, there is no happiness for us. So in spiritual, like in the Lord's pastimes, as we have previously also seen, there is always this Vipralamba and Sambhoga. These things keep on happening in the Lord's pastimes. Although Vipralamba Sambhoga means Vipralamba is separation from the Lord and Sambhoga is union with the Lord. So, but although it seems externally it is like a lot of lamentation, in connection with the Lord, that is another kind of ecstasy. So it is like spiritual emotion. It's not like mundane emotion. So anything, anyone in this world, some persons where if we get separated, that causes lamentation, but that is like material. So that will be like it will gives pain for us. But the same when it is connected with Krishna, if someone is feeling that separation from Krishna, from the Lord, that separation actually brings the Lord into our hearts. So, in that way, in the spiritual sense, when it is applied to the Lord, that separation is also another kind of ecstasy, which which makes the Lord appear in our heart. So that's why, like the more we feel separation from Krishna, the more our bhakti increases. That's how we can connect with Krishna. Oh, I am now currently missing Krishna. So it's like very high stage, but we can sometimes think that, oh, I am now disconnected from Krishna, and but I wanted to connect back. I am now separated. So in that way we can feel lovingly express our feelings to Krishna. So in general, the more we miss a person, so generally when a person is around, we may be very we may be very like lovingly have, but our love is tested when we are separated from that person. The how we are remembering that person in separation. That's when the love is said to be more. So Krishna is like he is actually the object of love for everyone because he is like all souls, jivas are said to be Mamayvamsho Jivaloke, Jivabhutasana. All souls are actually in connection with Krishna. But currently they are all separated from Krishna and undergoing this material samsara. But when they starts, like when their consciousness revives, that he understands by understanding Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam that actually I am part and parcel of the Lord, but now I got separated. And he tries to reconnect back to the Lord in that remembrance. The Lord will, and he feels separation from the Lord. So Lord will start reciprocating with that person. So in this way, the connection with the Lord will happen. So Uddhava, these are all the Nitya Siddhas, that means they are eternal associates of the Lord. Gopis, all the Brajavasis and Uddhava and Dwarkavasis, they are all eternal associates. So for them also the same pastime will happen. Like they are always hankered to be in association with the Lord. And when the Lord, as a pastime, when he separates from them, they feel a lot of uh, separation and want to again union with them. So in this way, Uddhava is uh, lamenting his position that Lord, now we have separated from the Lord. And he laments for the situation of the people in this world and Yadavas also, because he thinks that uh, all people, they, although the Supreme Lord has appeared in this world, they could not recognize the position of the Supreme Lord. So therefore, they are unfortunate. And Yadavas, they are also more unfortunate because they do not know that Krishna is the Supreme Lord. So they thought that fish, like one analogy is given, fish is lying in the ocean and the moon is getting reflected in that ocean. So fish is seeing that moon in the ocean and he is seeing that that moon is also similar to us. So he could not understand the glory of moon and thought that that moon is also a fish similar to them. So similarly, Yadavas, he is mentioning that Yadavas are unfortunate because they could not understand the Lord as the Supreme Lord. So actually, Uddhava is in like kind of state of lamenting. So therefore, his conclusions, like some of these talkings here, not like the conclusions of the Vedas, because out of separation, lamentation he is speaking. So actually, Yadavas are supremely fortunate because they experience the sweetness of the Lord. So Lord lovingly reciprocate with them. So Yadavas are constantly associating with the Lord. So therefore, they are experiencing the sweetness of the Lord and not his great powers. Although they know that he is a supreme Lord, but they always had that mood of intimacy with the Lord, and supremely they are aware of Krishna's sweetness, which is even greater than his power, like greater than those who are aware of his powers. So that means Krishna has the aspect of both greatness as Paramatma, he is like ruling this whole world. More than that aspect of controlling and ruling or providing everything, his aspect of sweetness as lovingly reciprocating with his devotees is more prized by his devotees. So Yadavas, and that sweetness is in fact even more in Brajavasis. So they Brajavasis, for them, they don't even consider the Lord as the supreme Lord. They only treat the Lord as their friend, their lover, their son, their master. So very intimately they serve the Lord in Vrindavan. But in Dwarka also, although they know that he is the supreme Lord, but still that sweetness, how lovingly he reciprocates, that also manifests in Dwaraka. So therefore, Uddhava is saying uh, that they are now deprived in the association of the Lord. So, like these Yadavas, they recognize the sweetness of the Lord, but not his great powers. So, in this way, he was like kind of he was calling unfortunate, but actually they are very, very great fortune. But out of lamentation, he is speaking like this. So, and one of the meaning, like one more meaning is that actually Yadavas are also now left the world and they have joined the eternal pastimes of the Lord. So therefore, Yadavas are fortunate because now they are with the Lord. Only we too are unfortunate with the Lord because now we too are left behind here without the association of the Lord. So in that way also he is indicating. So and but the people in this world, the pure devotees, like they are all having a lot of like love for the Lord, but they like the people who are affected by Maya, they have so many other conceptions. So they pure devotees, they don't get affected by the words of the people who are affected by Maya. देवस्य माया स्पृष्टा ये चान्यद असदाशिता brahmyate dhir natat vakya atmani utpadnaro. Meaning is that like people who are affected by Maya, we have taken the other shelters, they may speak so many things, but with their words, the pure devotees, they will not get affected by their words. So in the like they say that like because people may say Krishna is like Krishna is touched by Maya and he has come here, or they may say Krishna is like he gave up his body and went to Vaikunta, like like they may attribute as material understanding to Krishna's body. So therefore, in order to give that understanding that Krishna's form is not like material form. It's like Krishna never like he doesn't have any material body. He will not die like ordinary person. Ordinary persons, they have external covering of subtle body and gross body, which is made up of matter. But Krishna's body is not like that. He is completely spiritual. When he leaves this world, he goes with his form. He appears in this world with his eternal form, and he goes this world with his eternal form. But only in order to bewilder the normal conditioned souls, Krishna may like like some people who want to have that conception in order to bewilder them, he may have that appearance. He may have, he will bewilder that just like he left this world like ordinary person. In fact, that Krishna, when he is leaving, so that hunter, when he became delivered at that point of time. Like in generally this pastime is described in 11th canto. Like it's like one hunter, he came and he thought that there is some deer was there and he threw one arrow. Like that it is described that much. And then seeing that Krishna was there, that hunter came and offered obeisances and he saw the supreme form of Krishna there. And that hunter, he got liberated by offering obeisances. So, so therefore the Lord's form is, it's not like ordinary the way that he left this world. So that's what he's saying, that people may say so many things, but their words will not affect the understanding of the pure devotees. They completely understand the position of the Lord as the supreme person. And the Lord, the supreme Lord, his form is most wonderfully glorified in this chapter. So he has shown his wonderful form, which is like so wonderfully like attracted to the eyes of this world, and it attracted all the eyes. And then he took that form and disappeared from the person. Like he showed his wonderful form to this world of these people and he disappeared. So out of his mercy he showed, and out of his mercy he disappeared. It's not like disappearance like from these normal people. And that when whoever saw that form, the devotees, with the when they attained mercy, when they saw that form of the Lord with love, their hankering to see the form of the Lord increased. The Lord's form is such that when the people, when they see that love increases, how much amount of time they see that form, they will never get satiated. So that is the nature of the Lord's form. Savitrupta Drisha means the Lord's form is such that like when they slowly develop that line, how much ever time you see, they will not get satiated. That is the meaning. So the same things are described in other places also, Dwarkavasis, they are all the queens of Krishna, they are meditating on Lord's feet, but that feet appearing newer and newer every time when they are meditating. So that is the nature of the Lord, that prema will, the Lord's form, they will never be able to withdraw that form, their words, their eyes from the Lord. So that's why gopis, when we see they are when they are coming, Krishna is coming from Vrindavan forest in the evening. They are seeing Krishna and they are completely experiencing pleasure. And when we are seeing someone, sometimes our eyelids closes. So they are missing, they are while seeing Krishna, when their eyelids are closing, they are feeling pain, and therefore they are criticizing even the creator who has created these eyelids. Sometimes we are not able to continuously sleep and it is blink sometimes. So like that, their complete absorption in the Lord is given. So that is the nature of bhakti is saying. Very nice shloka we are coming, how the Krishna's glorious beauty is explained very nicely in the shloka. यन्मत्यलीलौपैकं स्वयोग मायाबलं दर्शयता गृहीतं विस्मापनं स्वस्य च सौभगत्ते परं पदं भूषणभूषणाङ्गम्. So Krishna's form is very much suitable for Matya Leela. Matya Leela means the human activities, human form. So this human form of the Lord is like his original situation, original Swayam Bhagavan is like Yan Madhya Leela Upayakam Swayoga Maya Balam. So his form of this human pastimes is full exhibition of his Yoga Maya. Swayoga Maya Balam. Darshayata Grihitam. He appeared in that form to this world. So he's like his eternal form, Krishna's form, and this is the supreme form, the Madhya Leela form, that means human form of Krishna, which he is showing. That is the supreme, complete exhibition of his Yoga Maya. So complete exhibition of his spiritual potency. That means this is his eternal form, original Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. He is the original personality who is having complete opulence, and the beauty is like his supremely most opulence form. So that form he has shown, and this form is such that Vismapanam Swasya Saubhagate, his own expansions, like Vishnu form and all other his expansions, they are all non-different from him, but they are like they are the his forms which like only some of his aspects are not completely exhibited in that forms. Even those these expansions get mesmerized by seeing the form of Krishna. Vismapanam. Vismapanam means like it is like even it astonishes. Even Swasyaja Saubhagate, his own expansions like Lord of Vaikuntha. So, like for example, one pastime comes in 10th canto, where the Lord of Vaikuntha, Mahavishnu, steals the Brahmana's son in Dwaraka, so that Krishna will come to Vaikuntha and he will be able to see the Lord's form. Didrukshana, and it is mentioned that Lord Vishnu always want to see the form of Krishna. So although Vishnu and Krishna, they are the same persons, but still his own expansions get attracted by Krishna's form. So that is the beauty of Krishna. And Padam Padam Bhushana Bhushanangam, his beauty, Param Padam Bhushana Bhushanangam, is Param, that it is like pinnacle of, it's the topmost of all the auspicious qualities. And Bhushana Bhushanangam means his beauty is such that when his ornaments get decorated by his bodily limbs, that means generally in this world, when someone puts ornaments, that ornament will decorate that person. But Lord's beauty is such that his bodily limbs, they will give decoration to the Lord. Bhushana, Bhushanangam. Such is the beauty. That means ornaments are beautified by his beauty. So that is the beauty that is mentioned. So therefore, like this is like completely supreme glorification of the supreme form of the Lord in this shloka, which attracts even what his own expansions, what to speak of other people in this world. So that is mentioned here. And the he is remembering Vidura that, oh Vidura, you personally witnessed the same, that the same thing, what I am saying here. That at the Rajasuya sacrifice, you are there. So Rajasuya sacrifice, all the great people of the universe, they have assembled there. And they have seen that form of Lord Krishna, seeing that beauty, everyone declared that this beauty is there is the creator Brahma, out of his own creation, whatever objects he has created, all those objects, they are very much inferior to this beauty, and it is the ultimate object. It's not actually created by Brahma, but it is the most wonderful objects in all the creation that we can see. So all the creation object, other objects which are created, they are like nullified by this beauty. So that is the like all the like we see so many beauties in this world, like blue lotus or so many wonderful moon, lotus, and all those things. That beauty is nothing in comparison to Krishna's beauty. That's what all the great personalities assembled in Rajasuya sacrifice they counted. You personally witnessed, O Vidura. So like that, Maitreya Muni is remembering. And this same, like the attraction of gopis to Krishna is much more than all others, including Brahma and Indra and other people, other devotees here. So gopis, when when the Lord used to leave to Vrindavan from their side, they were so much absorbed in the Lord's pastimes that they were stunned in their intelligence and they could not finish their household duties. So he used to like Lord used to exchange a lot of rasa, and this rasa with the gopis is said to be the highest the rasa. Out of all the devotees, these gopis they exhibited. So when the Lord is leaving, they are like so much completely absorbed that all their activities they could not complete. In that way, they used to absorb. They stopped. Like they used to do so many activities like cleaning, using like chanda, yoga, serving food. So, but if in all these activities, when they suddenly saw Krishna at this point of time, they were completely became like stunned, not able to complete their activities in this way. The Brajavasis, they got attracted. Uddhava is remembering, Uddhava he personally saw how gopis are completely absorbed in Krishna and he is able to recall that now here. He is narrating that how they are attracted to beauty. And he is the same Lord being compassionate into this world. He is actually Swayam Bhagavan. He is the original personality. And although he is unborn, he is never born, but still he is also born in this world. Why? In order to protect his devotees who are afflicted by demons. In order to reciprocate with them, he is born. And when he is born, it's like he is coming with all his Vishnu expansion. In Krishna's body, all the avatars are present. All his expansions are also present, and the other aspects of the Lord, like Paramatma, Brahman aspect, are also with him. So he is all-inclusive personality. So the Lord, he is not he's like not even an ordinary person, not even is like a expansion of like some other, but he is like the original personality. And although he doesn't have birth, but still he has birth. So that means he has both birth and non-birth in this world. So, so such is the great personality, Krishna. So he's like glorifying that Krishna is not like not ordinary person. He is even greater than the greatest controllers in this world. So that's how he is glorifying. Such is the person, and he is the one who manifested all this world. But still, he appeared in this world just like ordinary person. So such is the great, uh, great. Great personality he is. And he remembers that although he is such a powerful Lord, such a great person, but still his activities, when I consider, it is like very much astonishing. I was not able to reconcile his activities. So he is supremely powerful, but still, as if afraid of Kamsa, he left his parents and went to Vrindavan. So, and if we say that, like he has, if we say that he is simply acting and his birth is not actual birth, it is actually some kind of illusory birth. So then that will not agitate Uddhava's mind. He will be simply think, oh, that is illusory, but he doesn't have birth. No, But he has, although he doesn't have birth, he still has birth. So that is like inconceivably, he is like doesn't have birth and also has birth. That's why Uddhava is not able to understand. So that's why he is fearing. That's why he is in he is very difficult to understand. That's why it is mentioned. So Bhishmadev also said that the activities of the Lord are very difficult. Muhyanti kavayopihi. Even great personalities are bewildered to understand the Krishna's pastimes or Krishna's plan. So therefore, it seems that although he is most powerful, it seems that he is in fear of his enemy and leaving his parents and going. And the Lord is coming after coming from Vrindavan, Vasudeva and Devaki after killing Kamsa. He is asking Vasudeva and Devaki that please forgive me, oh my parents. I am not able to protect you. So like that he was asking forgiveness from the Lord. So he is the supreme absolute truth. If we say that he is just simply saying out of deceit, but he is supreme absolute truth. How can absolute truth lie? So, but if you say those are words are truth, how can he say that he doesn't have ability to protect them? So these are like very contradictory things which I am not able to understand. So that my mind is bewildered by seeing all these things. So like that he was mentioning. And he says that nice shloka, he says that Govamushangrisaro विस्मत्तमीशितपुमान् विजिघ्रन् यो विस्फुरद्भ्रूविटपेन भूमेर् भारं कृतान्तेन तिरश्चकार. So the person who once tasted his lotus feet, dust from his feet, how can that person can forget this person who removed the burden of the earth. So his by appearing on this earth, by his lotus feet, by moving on the earth, by moving his eyebrows, he removed the burden of the earth. Anyone who have once tasted the bhakti to his lotus feet, he can never forget those lotus feet. So first canto it is mentioned that Rasagraha Jano, one person who has experienced the taste in the Lord's the bhakti, he will never forget that, even though sometimes he may appear to go away from that bhakti, but still that experience of sweetness will hanker, will haunt him, and again he will take to the path of bhakti. So he will never leave up this Lord's lotus feet. And see his mercy that the persons who are inimical to him, like Sushupal and others, just for them, although they are inimical because they are meditating on Lord's form out of envy, he gave them liberation. So see, even persons who are inimical, when they are killed by the Lord, and because they are meditating on the Lord, he gave them liberation. So this example, Shishupala is such an envious person that after Rajasuya Yajna, he started blaspheming Krishna, and like he was completely from his birth onwards, he was inimical to Krishna. And at the end of Rajasuya he was start blaspheming Krishna. So that time Krishna killed him with his Sudarshan Chakra. So that time, while everyone was seeing, Shishupal's soul merged into the body of Lord Krishna. So that means he gave liberation to his enemies also. So that is a wonderful activity. And his enemy, so therefore he got Sayajya liberation. But when people are neutral, they even attain liberation into the Vaikuntha world. So that is mentioning here. Tataiva chanye naraloka vira ya have Krishna mukhar vindam netrai pibanto nayana virama pata straputa padama purasya. So in the battlefield of Kurukshetra, Krishna, he was sitting in Arjuna's chariot. All the opposite side, they are all seeing Krishna's beautiful form, and Arjuna is releasing his arrows and killing them. So they are seeing the Lord's form and getting purified by Parthastra Pota. With the arrows of Arjuna, they are getting purified, and they, while before dying, they are seeing the form of the Lord and leaving their body. Krishna Mukharavindam, the beautiful face of Lord Krishna, they are seeing. With that, Netrai Pibanto, they are drinking that the nectarian form of Krishna, which is Nayanabhiramam, which is like very much uh, pleasure for the eyes, and in that way they all attain the supreme abode of the Lord. So because at the time of death they are seeing the beautiful face of the Lord, and they are also purified with the arrows of Arjuna, and they achieve the supreme abode. So this is like wonderful destination they all attain just by seeing Krishna in the opposite side. And his position is that Swayantu, like he is the master of everyone. Swayantu asamyata atishaya stradisha. That is like supreme glorification of the Lord. There is no one equal to the Lord. Asamya. So that Samya means equal. There is no one who is equivalent to the Lord. Atishaya, what to speak of, who is greater than him. So all his expansion, everything is coming from him. And three Adisha, he is the master of the three. So what are the master of the three? He is the master of all the Purusha avtaras, like Karnodakshaya Vishnu, Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, Kshirodakshaya Vishnu, one can say, are the master of all the Shaktis, like Chit Shakti, Jiva Shakti, Maya Shakti, are master of all the divine, all the three worlds, material world, like, and the like these earthly planets, heavenly planets, and the spiritual planets. So like that, there are can be so many meanings can be given how he is the master of three Adisha. And he is, although Lakshmi and all his desires are fulfilled by Mother Lakshmi and his devotees. And he has his control over his devotees, pastimes, and qualities. And even the great devatas, Chiraloka Palai, great devatas like Brahma and others, they offer him so many gifts. And when they are offering their obeisances to Lord Krishna, their kirita, their helmets, their kiritas, they bow down, and they glow in that way. They glorify his lotus feet, pada pita. So and when they are offering uh, their gifts, when they are offering their uh, their head kiritas are so they are bowing down. That time the sound of their crowns they are offering. That sound is also like kind of praising the Lord. So and that Supreme Lord, he is coming in front of Ugrasena, and Ugrasena is the grandfather of Krishna. He is like king of Mathura and Dwaraka. So actually, Krishna is not the king of Mathura and Dwaraka. He simply protected them. So out of king, because Ugrasena is king, he is coming to Ugrasena and telling, "Oh King of Kings, please let me know what service I can do. Please engage me in your service." Like that he used to say. So on the one hand, he is a master of all the three worlds, but he is coming before Ugrasena and petitioning himself, so that considering himself as a servant is like it is giving me lot of pain, and so that is what I'm feeling. And then he quotes this one famous shloka. Is like supreme mercy of the Lord is quoted in this shloka. अहोबकीयं स्तनकालकूटं जिगांसयापाय यदप्यसाध्वी लेभे गतिं धात्री उचितां ततोऽन्यं कं वा दयालुं शरणं व्रजेम. Is supremely merciful. Kamba Dayalam. Why? Putana, there is one Rakshasi that came immediately after Krishna was born. So he came with the intention of killing Krishna, but he acted like mother, and he actually smeared poison in his breast and tried to kill Krishna when Krishna drank that poison. But Krishna, he saw the positive aspect and removed the negative aspect. What is the positive aspect? Although she wanted to kill, she acted like a mother. So therefore, he preserved that positive aspect and removed the negative aspect of wanting to kill him. So Jigamsaya, although she is envious, she wanted to kill Krishna. When Krishna killed Putana, she attained the position of Dhatri. So Krishna had the Krishna, Yashoda is the real mother, and Krishna also has real nurses, Dhatri. The three is like kind of nurses, like Aya, we say, where assisting mother. So he has real mothers, real nurses like Ambika and Kalimba. But Putana, since she acted like that mother, Krishna gave Putana that position. She also attained that love suitable for that position. So like that's such extraordinary mercy where we can see even the demons who can come to kill him, they attain the supreme position. And so therefore, Uddhava is lamenting that I consider these demons more than devotees, because while they are fighting with the Lord, they are dying in absorption while seeing Krishna, but we are now separated from Krishna. So as I mentioned, so Uddhava is lamenting and then seeing. So therefore, these cannot be taken as the conclusions. Uddhava is much more greater than all these personalities, but still out of his humility, out of his lamentation, he is speaking like this. So in this way, he recalled how the Supreme Lord is wonderful, his great position, his great beauty, but still supremely merciful. All these things he remembered. And then he starts remembering his various pastimes from next onwards, which we will discuss maybe from the next time. So, and yeah, these are the wonderful way that Uddhava is remembering about Krishna, Krishna's beauty, Krishna's greatness, Krishna's wonderful mercy is nicely described here. And we are also celebrating Gaur Purnima in the coming Tuesday. So where that same Krishna, he has appeared in the form of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in this world in the 500 years ago, and he delivered he gave easily for all of us the position, the easily accessible way to achieve the Lord by chanting the holy names. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. This is the mantra by which we can attain this Vraja Bhakti or supreme love for the Lord by chanting this. This is the main goal, but all other things are also can be obtained by chanting this mantra. So, like if anyone wants to practice this mantra regularly, even for some time, like if anyone is not doing, they can start at least some time in their day, maybe 10 minutes or something from this Tuesday, Gaur Purnima, remembering the Lord, imbibe this chanting so that it will helpful in so many ways you can experience. So, yeah, stop here. If anyone wants to add something, please.
Anybody has any questions?
No.
So we'll continue our discussion. Hope these are like we are able to relate to these discussions.
Yes, Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhu. Very good discussion.
So we'll end here. Thank you everyone for regularly hearing Bhagavatam. It is said that just by hearing Bhagavatam, Lord is at once captured in one's heart. Even it is mentioned in the first canto that even a person who has developed a intention to hear, that time itself Lord will get captured by that person's heart. So it is very nice that you are regularly hearing Srimad Bhagavatam. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Happy,
Krishna.
wish you a
Hare
very
Krishna.
nice Purnima.
Gaurapur.
Hare Bol.
Bhagavatam ki jai.
Thank you.
Hare Namaha.